Good morning, Run Talks. Jay here. It's still kind of dark out here. It's miserable. So today that's why I take my vitamin D, by the way. Here in the UK, we get a shortage of the old sunlight in the winter, so I take vitamin D, just in case you were curious. So today I want to talk to you about one of the most important skills I honestly believe every business owner and entrepreneur must master. The skill that I'm talking about today is your ability to know when to say no. Now, something I see a lot is that people are distracted, people are unfocused, people are unproductive, and they're building someone else's dream, working off somebody else's agenda instead of building their own. And the reason for this is because they're operating out of a place of fear. They're operating out of a place of lack and limitation. I'll tell you a quick story. One of the challenges I used to face was that when I first started my business, I got told this idea of you need to add value to people's lives. You need to be someone who helps people, because the more people you help, essentially, the more money you make. That makes sense, right? The more problems you actually solve. And so what I decided to do is I would be someone who'd be saying yes to everyone. People would be like, hey, can we get on a call? Can I pick your brain? Can I ask a question? I would be the first person responding on social media. I would be the first person that would get on a call with them to help them. I would be saying yes all over the place. Now, the problem with this is what happened is I started ending up going round in circles. I started building everybody else's business and everyone else's life, but never actually building my own. And how this made me feel was frustrated. I started to even feel resentful of the people that I was saying yes to, because I was the person that was responsible, and I had this inability to actually say those simple words, N-O. Now, in the book, The Essentialism, great book to actually read, one of the big things he talks about, Gary McKeown, I think his name is, one of the big things he talks about is that you've got to learn not just what you do want, but you've also got to know what you don't want. Because if you don't know what you don't want, you're not going to know what you need to say no to. Now, the only reason why someone would struggle to say no is either, number one, they are someone who is seeking validation or approval. So they're trying to please everyone. They're a people pleaser. They are saying yes to everyone because they want to be liked. They don't want to upset anyone. They don't want to rock the boat. They have a fear of some kind of confrontation. That if I do for everyone and I never let anyone down, then people will ultimately approve of me, people will like me, people will not shout at me, people will not reject me. They might also be operating out of a place of fear, of lack, a lack mindset. And I see this a lot. They're checking their emails all of the time. Their people are asking them to come and have a look at a job. People are saying, hey, can you help me with this? And what they fear is that they will miss out on opportunities. And this is a lack mindset because they're operating out of a place of there isn't enough in the world. So I must grab everything with two hands to make sure I don't miss out. FOMO, fear of missing out. Now, the second reason people might be saying yes to everything is because they are not clear. They do not have a vision, a purpose, and a plan. They don't know where they're going. So if I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I want, I don't know what I don't want, I don't know what I'm creating, ultimately I'm just going to be saying yes to everything and hoping and praying that I'm going to arrive at the said destination. So how do we overcome this? Well, in my Unstoppable Entrepreneur program, I help people deal with not only the fears, the need for approval, help them to overcome that and rebalance the mind. But I also help people with creating their future, creating their plan, their purpose, their vision. But I want to give you a couple of tips here to help you move forward. The first thing we must do is ask ourselves the question, what is important to me? What is important to me? And that's a really powerful question. And it's a really powerful question because it's going to help you to understand what you value most, what's most important to you. Because one of the biggest reasons people don't have a plan, they don't have a vision, is because they haven't asked themselves this simple question. What's most important to me? This can be in business, this can be in life, this can be in a relationship. What's most important to me? Because if you have no marker on what's important to you, when you go in a certain direction, when you say yes to things, you're going to find yourself reaching a point where you're actually not really fulfilled in that destination. So we need to understand what's most important to me. Last week I had a conversation with one of my clients, and my client has asked me to be a trustee on a charity board. And while I value the work that they're doing, the power of understanding what's important, what's your vision, what's your mission, what's your purpose, is that you also know what to say no to. And I sat with it, I didn't completely disregard it, but I sat with it and I turned around to him. I said, look, I really appreciate this, but unfortunately it's not truly aligned with where I'm going. And my time is best spent working on this over here instead of being a trustee on a charity. Now, it might have fluffed my ego, I might have been able to brag about it and say, oh, I'm a trustee on a charity. And it might have looked good, but it's not about looking good. It's about achieving the things that are in line with my purpose, my mission, my vision, in line with the things that are most important to me. So I was able to say no. And I want to prepare you for this, because once you get clear on what's most important to you and you create a vision, you understand where you want to go. When you start to say no, you start saying yes to something else. It creates space, because you're going to say no more than you're going to say yes. And what happens, and I'm going to warn you about this, people aren't used to hearing no. We live in a world today where everything is on demand. People almost expect you to respond. People are entitled. So you're going to get some kickback. When you start setting boundaries with people, when you start saying no, people aren't going to like it. Because for some people, they're so used to everybody saying yes to them. But here's the thing. When you say no and you maintain it, people will respect you. They might not like it, but they will respect you. Because you are someone who has clarity of purpose. You're someone who knows where they're going in their life. You're someone who knows what they want. Most people have no idea. Most people are just winging it through life. They have no sense of direction. They have no sense of purpose. And so people are looking for others to lead. People are looking for others to show them the way. People who do have clarity of purpose. People do know where they're going. People who do know what's important to them. And when you say no to them, as I said, they won't necessarily like it. But eventually they'll come to respect it. And the reason they'll respect it is because if they're feeling a little bit lost, if they have no real idea where they're going in their life, they'll see you as someone who can be a shining example to them of how they can be different, how they can show up different in their lives. And what can happen is they start looking to you to go, what does that person know that I don't? How did they get clarity of their purpose, vision? How did they overcome their fears? How did they become this person that I describe as unstoppable? This person who just knows with absolute power and conviction and certainty what they want, how they're going to get it, but what's most important of all is they know what they don't want, and they know how to say those big words of no to the things they don't want and saying yes to the things that they ultimately do. So I'd love to know, what are you going to say no to today? What are you going to say no to today? Put that in the comments box below. This can be other people's emails, other people's agendas. This can be social media. This can be the messages you get in social media. This can be someone important in your life. This can be a business deal. This can be an invite to be a trustee on a charity. So go ahead, put it in the chat box. What are you going to say no to today that isn't truly aligned with where you're going in your life? And until Friday, as always, just remember, just show up. Have a good day. See you later. Bye-bye.